Now, during takeoff, did something particular happen?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, for me anyway, the takeoff was perfectly normal. We got into the air and the group formed up. There were 32 gliders on tow, and I was number 28, so way toward the end of the formation. As we headed out toward Normandy, one of the paratroopers showed up at my shoulder and he said, "Sir, do you know that your left wheel dropped off on takeoff?" No, hey, I didn't know that. So I climbed back over the Jeep, looked out the window, and sure enough, no left wheel. Well, this is a tricycle geared glider. So I had the nose wheel and the right main wheel still on there. Well, what to do? It was quite a decision to make. So, and coming in at the end of the formation, with all those other gliders ahead of me, I didn't know what was going to happen. So over the channel, I pulled the lever that dropped the gear. So I dropped the gear, the other main wheel, down in the channel. Well, I didn't know what was going to happen. I'd never landed on skid before. And all of these other gliders ahead of me in the landing zone, I might just plow on through and destroy some of those gliders. So I picked a field that no other glider had come down in. Small field of pasture. Complete with Holstein Terrier. Not too many, fortunately. So I came in low over the trees, crawled for full flaps, landed on the skid, dropped the right wing, and ground looped 180 degrees. The force flipped me over on the other wing. But we were down. Nobody was hurt.
Fantastic.
The load was in perfect condition. The next difficulty was removing the tail so that you get the Jeeps out. Now the tail was held on by 8 bolts, which were rusty in the good old English humidity. We had an awful time getting those bolts undone, but we did. Dropped the tail, pushed it off to the side, ran out the ramps, unloaded the Jeeps.
Fantastic.
And the paratrooper showed up to give us directions to get to the command post. So we were down.
Wow. And when did you get back to England? How many days after D-Day, do you know?
Oh boy, let's see. 5 or 6 days.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, with the CG-4A, did you ever have were you ever able to actually flip it, do a roll in it at all? Did you do?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. No.
I did that with one of the training gliders, though.
I heard about that story.
Yeah. Well, these were little old light planes that had been converted to gliders. They took out the engine, put a seat in the nose. That's where we flew solo. So one day, northeastern Oklahoma got a very high tow, 12,000, 13,000 feet. Nobody else around. Well, I always wondered what it would be like flying upside down. Well, this was my chance. So I flipped the stick over to the right, rolled over, momentarily forgot that the elevator control was reversed. So I eased the stick back. That dropped the nose, and I did a beautiful split S.
Okay.
So, well, try another approach. So I dropped the nose, picked up enough speed, hauled it up to the loop. At the top of the loop, I popped the stick forward. Lo and behold, I was flying inverted.
Okay.
The only trouble was, this was in December. Cold weather, snow, rain, flying off the dirt airstrip. All these guys getting in and out of the glider with muddy flying boots, which was now dust in the bottom of the glider. When it was inverted, that dust dropped. So the canopy was dusty, the panel was dusty, I was dusty. The heavy flying boots forced my feet down behind the instrument panel, so I didn't have any rudder control.
Okay.
So to get out of that situation, I just popped the stick to the right, rolled out of it, came in, landed. Later I asked my instructor if anybody had ever flown these inverted. Oh no, said he, they're not stressed for inverted flight. Oh.
That's a great story. Looking at this glider today, does it bring back any memories?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Oh sure. They were an interesting aircraft to fly.
So how would you wrap it all up now about your World War II experience? Are you glad you were part of it?
Well, especially when the anniversaries of those two combat missions come up. I say to my wife and to myself, my gosh, did I ever do that?
That's right, that's right.
Wow, I look back on it,
It's been a lot of years, hasn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
But to do something like that, it's
An amazing experience.
almost unreal.
Sure was.
I look back on it.
Well, Harold, thank you very much for this interview.
Okay,
And thank you for your service.
you're welcome.